we made it down to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, to the Big Creek area. Haven't been in this section before. 4 days from now, we'll be crossing that footbridge coming down the Baxter Creek Trail. Sam's all excited to get going on our camping trip. But for tonight, we're just sleeping in the van here so we can get started in the morning. It'd be nice and easy. Not too difficult for him, I don't think. Go up the Big Creek Trail to Gunter Fork, and then along the Mount Sterling Ridge Trail to Baxter Creek and back down. 3 nights, 4 days. Got dinner here cooking for us. Just one of our favorites, ramen pot pie with tuna in this case. So, had some thunderstorms earlier in the day here, but we just have a chance of rain pretty much for the rest of the time we're here, which is fairly common for the Smokies. We're at the Big Creek Trailhead, ready to go to campsite 37, 5.2 miles, 5.3 according to the Brown book. And had a good night. Had a short thunderstorm as we went to bed in the van last night. But nice morning, just a little overcast, some slight haze a little bit higher up. And Sam's all ready to go. He's sporting his new outfit, other than the shoes. Same shoes that he wore last time, the Nerf shoes from Walmart. Though I took some dental floss to him to make sure they'd hold up, because he's been wearing them ever since we did that spring break trip. And he's got a new outfit from Campmore. Nice long sleeve woven nylon shirt and pants, long pants. And he's got his own pair of darn tough socks that actually fit him properly now. And he's got a brand new little REI backpack that looks like a backpack, even though it's harder to put stuff in than his school one was. But he likes it because it looks more like Dad's pack. So he's all ready to go. He's been running all over the campground this morning and last night. So, yahoo! So we'll see how he feels about having to go 5 miles all uphill today and something like 5 or 6 miles all uphill tomorrow. Unfortunately, they have the old sign up about the Gunter Fork Trail. Flood event on or about July 15th created landslides along the Gunter Fork Trail, closed until further notice. Of course, those are in exactly the same place as the ones that had happened back in June, apparently. And the report that I saw on the internet said that from July 16, said that the trail had been repaired, or at least was passable. We've made it the 1.5 miles to Midnight Hole, a nice little pool that you can go swimming in if you'd like. Sam's testing out the waters. He's just recently learned to swim in the deep end. Not quite brave enough to jump off, huh? Well, you fell. It's a nice view of Big Creek as we make the first crossing over the bridge here. Nice big bridge. Sam actually passed up the opportunity to go swimming in the nice little swimming hole on this side. Well, we made it to campsite 37, and this little deer here has been wandering around the various areas, having a little snack. Sam was thrilled to see some real wildlife, and she seems to be fairly tame since I can't be standing, well, about 25 feet from where she is. And she doesn't seem to be at all concerned about us. Yep. You're all right. Now, Sam's raring to go. We did a campfire last night, though it was a struggle since the wood was all wet from the rain the previous evening. Kept having to blow on it and keep it going, but never really did get lots of flame. It was definitely an Indian fire, not a white man fire, which is alright. And we played lots of checkers, and even this morning when we first woke up we played some more Chinese checkers and go fish, but he didn't even want to eat breakfast. We were just going to hit the trail. He liked using these bear cables as swings too. He'd connect them together and kind of swing back and forth, and seeing as he's only 40 pounds, I wasn't too concerned about the recreational use of the food cables. This is the Camel Gap Trail. Coming up on Gunter Fork here in a little bit. Nice views of Big Creek. Okay, so here's the Gunter Fork Trail, and yes, Sam, this is one of the ones that is hikers only, and don't cross during high stream flow, and hopefully the landslides they're warning about were before the report that I saw on the 16th. We're at the first crossing of Gunter Fork, and Sam's decided to get wet this time, so I'm letting him go across. Good job, buddy. Now we just finished our little breakfast break finally at the what I believe is the last crossing of Gunter Fork, and now we're heading uphill. I think this is about roughly the halfway mark for this trail, so probably 2 more miles to get to the Balsam Mountain trail. Now, I forgot about this feature here. This is pretty cool. Nice, very long slide with a waterfall at the top. Very nice. Had to fight our way through lots of stinging nettle and briar bushes and other various weeds, so sections like this are pretty nice where there's really nothing right up against the trail here. and you can see the trail. Some of the high exposure areas are freaking Sam out a little bit, but I hold on to him. Well, we've been hacking and slashing our way, making slow progress up the Gunter Fork trail, and I can just see the landslide, first one, right up here. So hopefully it doesn't look too bad to get across. I'm pretty sure I can do it.
It's rocks and stuff.
Yep, rocks and stuff, just like I told you. As long as I can figure out where the trail is on the other side, we ought to be good to go. Yeah, it looks like somebody tried to go kind of right across over to there. So that shouldn't be too bad. Didn't give way too much up from here. Just right there, probably 30 feet or so, but can't see it go down, but once we get out in the middle, probably see how far down it goes. The second landslide is very long, starting at least a couple hundred yards up the hill there, and coming down, and going down into the valley there. Unlike the last one, this one has been repaired so far. You can see where they've cut back for the tread of the trail. Now between the uppermost and middle landslide, there is a bee nest. Just a cautionary note. See where that rock is undone? It used to be lying right there, and there is a hole going into the nest right there. So Sam and I got separated because after I stepped over that, and there was actually another rock sitting on top of that rock there, I happened to kick it off so he wouldn't step on it and slip off. They all swarmed out, and he was like all freaked out because he was on the other side and I was on this side. But they calmed down. And it's very short because the next landslide is right up here. So that's probably like 30 yards maybe. And this one is already fixed too, because Sam is telling me that over and over again. It took us quite a while. I haven't really figured it out. Probably 6 hours. But we made it to the junction with the Balsam Mountain trail, which heads off that direction, across the ridge, 9/10 of a mile to meet up with Mount Sterling. But so that was 4.1, about so a little over 5 miles in 6 hours, I'm gonna guess. But Sam keeps plugging along, and told him if he made it to the top here, we'd dig out some of that candy.
Yahoo! Hitting the weeds was not fun at all.
Nope, having to cut through all those weeds definitely wasn't fun.
Yeah. I agree. This is what I said.
We've made it to the junction with the Mount Sterling Ridge Trail, so now it's just 3/10 of a mile down to the Laurel Gap shelter. very obvious that they have recently done some major maintenance to the Balsam Mountain trail. Lots of areas that have been cut down, some major brush, just like that. Also new cutouts against the hillside, lots of rocks that had been thrown off the downhill side of the trail. And here's the newly renovated Laurel Gap Shelter. It's a good morning at Laurel Gap Shelter. Our campmate Mike took off right before Sam woke up. We're getting ready to head out now, just had breakfast. We're going to campsite 38, but we've sort of decided, if we can make it, to go the entire 12 plus miles all the way out. Sam's like his brother in that regard, I guess, wanting to get out and as soon as possible. But he does have this little rash down here on his arm. Not sure where that came from. I thought it was stinging nettle at first, because I knew that was poking through the clothes. But he's got some blisters now this morning, so I thought, somehow he must have gotten poison ivy through his shirt, which surprises me, even though I got poison oak through my pants, but they are half as thick as his is, and mine were wet at the time, so I'm sure the oil just seeped through. I was kind of disappointed to see that, if that is poison ivy, that he picked it up even though he was wearing long sleeves.
There's a little stream. That part back there. There's a little stream.
Yeah, we've made it to the junction with Swallow Fork and Pretty Hollow Gap, right? Yep, Pretty Hollow Gap. So that was about, looks like 4.2 miles and 2 1/4 hours for us. So not too bad, almost 2 miles an hour. So that's pretty decent for us. We need to keep heading off this way to 1.4 miles to Mount Sterling. What are you doing, my little engine that could?
Hiya.
You look silly.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Half mile to the Baxter Creek Trail. So one last climb to get to the top of the mountain. And everything else should be pretty much downhill. And we get up here, and that's campsite 38. There was a site just down below where the horse rails were. If you went into the woods there, I heard that is probably the best site around. And here is the fire tower. Sam is apparently... Are you racing me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Sam's got a head start. We're starting our 6.2 miles back down to Big Creek. I'm trying to motivate Sam to move faster, but he's going kind of slow right now. So, we'll see how it ends up.
That sound. What's the sound of
a cool cliff face. Now we finally made it to where we've gotten the Baxter Creek Trail next to Big Creek, so we are almost there. I must say I'm rather shocked that we could not even keep a 2-mile-an-hour pace coming downhill this way. But you can see that I'm carrying everything just to make it easier on Samuel. He's been quite a trooper, done very well. Only taking a few breaks.
Do you see the bridge?
Yeah, I see the bridge.
I do too.
I'm gonna win. Ah! 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 That was close.
Did you almost win?
Yep, I almost had you. Woo! We made it! Victory!